Good morning, everyone. Happy Friday. It's the last day of the year. This was kind of a last minute call, like an audible, to jump on, and mainly just to wish everyone a happy new year. Have a safe and happy night tonight. If you're going out or if you're spending time with family, of course, I urge you to do so. It's a great time to spend time and to build those connections, especially since it's been a very challenging year on every front for people in the last year. And boy, what a year it's been. We're going to do a full year in review and a year looking forward in the next couple of weeks. And we'll have videos on that, kind of addressing some of the stocks that I liked, how they've done, some of the winners and some of the losers. And we'll mention a couple of them here because I always like to, and they've been on the move. We've got NG Energy, or GasX, that's the symbol, has been on a tear the last 5 days. It's been doing exceptionally well. I think it's up about 25% in the last 5 days, up at 230. So we're starting to see some movement here. We're looking for big news and hopefully big news coming out of them in the next few months. Lots of things happening there. So we're very excited about NG Energy. And it's one of those ones that has been a sore spot because it's taken longer than we had hoped, but it's also been a win. There's no doubt about it. Desert Mountain Energy as well is up 17% in the last 5 days. Which also same type of story. It's been a huge win. We love Desert Mountain Energy. We have huge expectations long term for this company. It's a business. It's a company, and in all things in life, it has its ups and downs. And it got hit hard there for a while. But we're very optimistic about Desert Mountain Energy. I don't think anyone they've heard me yap on about it so much and so often. But it's nice to see it up. And once again, it kind of tests that theory that we'd heard from Alpha North X portfolio manager, hedge fund manager, who had talked about venture capital stocks having a real bounce back after a lot of sell-off. And we're starting to see that. I mean, it certainly looks very positive. The other one I want to mention, and these ones are always tough because you're waiting on results, and it's Goliath Resources. We're waiting to hear. Hopefully we'll have news soon. We just don't know. But these ones are always tough because if you get in front of it and say, hey, remember this had a great model, the thesis is sound, there's got lots of backing and support behind it. But at the end of the day, all of the pluses and all the milestones and everything else, it matters. It makes a difference. But these assay results, that's the truth machine. So sooner or later, we're going to get those. I know people are probably sick of hearing that, but really, I mean, you see it in even the mainstream news. They're admitting that there's supply chain issues. They're admitting now that there's inflation. We acknowledge that these things are happening. We acknowledge that a lot of people don't want to go back to work, and there's a lot of jobs that are feeling that crunch as well. So that's part of the assay story, is that there's not a lot of companies in Canada that do assays. And my understanding is that they are running like 24 hours. They have shifts just for the amount of mining that's been done in the last year. And moving forward, make no mistake, if they want to do any of this green and clean stuff, it's going to keep on growing. And that's a great sign for the business and for the sector. But in any event, we're waiting on that news. The stock is, in the last 5 days as well, it's bounced around. It's up 3%, but it's stuck in around that 85 to 90 cent range. It's at 95 cents right now, but it's just everyone's sitting there. That's an optimistic price. It's good. So they're hopeful, but let's see what they come out with, and let's see how that New Year's works out. But we're expecting the first quarter of the next year to be exciting. But this isn't really about all of that. I just wanted to kind of give a quick shout out. There's lots of news out there. We see cryptos are being hammered. And that's not surprising as well. But I guess it's just more just to say, everyone, thanks for joining. We've had a banner year, especially since we've pivoted to doing so much more YouTube and a lot more video. We've really grown the channel organically, and that has been it's been great. I've been very excited by it. It's been quite a growth, and I think this year it's going to grow really well. We're really optimistic about it, and we're going to be looking at new sectors as well. That I think maybe it's not their time to shine necessarily right away, but there'll be ones to pay attention to, and we're going to start learning about them with you. And that's part of the journey we want, is that we want to explore things too that are just educational. If you're subscribed to the channel and if you're engaged with me, you know what I'm buying. And that's kind of where we make the distinction. There's lots of things that we have on here and we say all the time, it's educational. We want people to be excited about the future and where there's ideas to put in place money. It doesn't necessarily mean that I'm necessarily chasing after everything that happens to come across my way. And that's the key here, is that we're trying to reach as many people, get them excited about the markets, because that's where you can make real change. I'm sorry, I don't see any historical evidence to support government interventions in creating amazing futures, compared to if you leave it to the ingenuity of the human spirit and you leave it to people that are motivated actively to get something done. That seems to be the best model that has worked to date. And we like that, and we promote that kind of concept more than anything else. So I know it's been challenging for a lot of people. There's a ton of misinformation out there. We don't expect next year to be any different. Narratives are falling apart on a lot of different things, and I would say to people, maybe you've been duped on some things or not on others. Who knows, whatnot. It doesn't necessarily mean anything. It might mean that it's time to pay more attention to the things that really matter to you. And if it doesn't matter, don't let it affect you. I just brush it off. If it's something that's not important, you don't really care, then don't have an opinion. Don't worry about it. Not everything has to be a big deal. But if it is important to you and you feel like it's something that you really have a comment to make, I would suggest probably put a little research and put a bit of effort into it. And I don't mean you watch a TV show or watch Jimmy Kimmel or The View. That's the equivalent of watching the National Enquirer. That's not news. It's not even information at this point. You're just getting op-eds from other people. So if you're really excited about a topic, get into it and learn about it. Be curious. Go research it. We're sitting today in an amazing space where we have the internet, where you could find out about anything you could possibly ever want, and very few people use it for that. They're still just going to the same channels. They're still listening to a comedian and taking and learning their political viewpoint or their worldview from a TV show. They're getting their news from a TV show. That is not critical or reasonable thinking. And I think more and more people are waking up to that. And if you want to distinguish yourself and to take advantage of these incredible changes that are happening, it takes a bit of effort, takes a bit of time, it takes a whole lot of being uncomfortable and asking oneself questions that you may not want to face. So that's my message for the year. And it's been a challenging year, but next year we're very optimistic. I mean, I think we've set ourselves on a course that is very positive for the business. Excuse me. But that, make no mistake, there's more challenges coming ahead. I'm under no delusion that this is over, that everything is going to be back to normal. I mean, they've stated that they'll never go back to normal. I think that can be challenged as well. I think we can get life back to where we were a lot saner, but that's going to take a whole lot of effort from a whole lot of people. And I say it again. And the number one thing you could do is to turn off media. And if you want to get excited and get interested in a topic, whether it happens to be about what a vaccine really is or what COVID is, then go do the research, go read the medical journals, go look at, there's tons of videos of people that have all the patents on mRNA, and that you could find the information out. Scrolling on Facebook and reading someone's comments, you're wasting your time. That's entertaining and it's time consuming, and it can be fun or it can be upsetting. You can get a jolt to your of serotonin and get excited in the brain, but that's not actually doing any research or data or doing anything. And I'm not trying to lecture. I'm just trying to say we could be spending our time a lot better than what we are. And we're using this incredible tool of the internet often for entertainment value rather than what it should be used for. And I think the sooner people distinguish between cutting through that noise, which we always talk about, get rid of the garbage and the noise, and just laser focus on what you want for the year ahead. What are the goals that you want? How are you going to achieve them? And focus your attention on that, and try not to, because it's not easy. Try not to be distracted by all the noise, by all the absurdity and ridiculousness. And, and I'll get into it. Like, some sort of post can just draw you in and get you infuriated, or make you laugh. And it's like those are fine if that's what you're taking for your entertainment, but it can also be exceptionally time consuming. So hopefully this year, for myself as well, is that we engage in the things that are positive, that are positively affecting my family, my friends, and my little community. That's all I can hope for. And we'll hopefully build our bigger community on this channel and engage with more people and have a positive impact on their life. Not only in, hopefully in their portfolio, they can make some money, but in the sense that, that they can find new stocks or new things to be curious about. But it is to engage them on a reasoned level, on a critical thinking basis, and to really motivate people to want to learn about what's out there and to get busy being active and doing, rather than just sitting around thinking, which I can do a lot as well. So anyways, New Year's, everyone. I hope 2022 is challenging, but also exciting, and that it provides tons of growth. And I'm glad we're with you today, and enjoy the rest of the day and have a wonderful night tonight.